Okay, guys, we are getting to the character category I have made up in my mind, right? Next up, we have skills and skill tags. So there are a total of 58 skill points in Diablo right now. After the expansion hits, I think it's gonna be a little more, something like 65 or something maybe. And you start with the basic skills, and you can't just go and pick the latest skills. In order to unlock the next three, because you can see the blood flowing here, you will have to spend a certain amount of points in the previous tier. So for example, guys, you could go wild on basic skills and grab them all to pick this one, for example, but or you could select some in the core. Right? Depends what you do. So for example, in order to unlock the core skills, you have to place 2 points in basic skills, right? And in order to unlock the defensive skills, you have to spend like 6 points in these two, right? And as I said, you could go if you wish for 5 points in lunging strike and enhanced lunging strike and skip the core skills altogether. Now it will depend on you. The skills that are in circle frames are passives. The skills are in square frames are active skills. You have to use them. The rhombus shaped ones are the upgrades of said skills, are active skills. So for example, guys, lunging strike does something, and this increases lunging strike's damage and heals you. You do. So the first one, you do not have an alternative, right? You have to pick that one. I mean, you do not have to literally, but if you wanna go to these upgrades, you have to pick this one. There is no alternative there. But for the last one, you can select one of the two, right? Rather, you have to select one of the two, right? You can't grab both. It's not allowed. You have to pick one. And so, what about the tags, guys? So this icon in the middle of the tree shows you what it is. So this is a basic skill, guys. So which means if you want to increase your damage with lunging strike, you could have, let's say, an item that says 30% damage for basic skills, right? These are core skills, and I think these are the same. Yeah, the first three I think are all same across all classes. Basic skills, core skills, and defensive skills. And after that, it changes. For example, on barbarian, we jump into brawling, weapon mastery, etc. In wizard, we have conjuration. Yeah, it varies, right? The first three are the same. And so let me see if I can find something. For example, guys, as you can see on the Ring of Starlit Skies, it says +3 to core skills. What that means is every single core skill, except for passives, that kind of stuff doesn't work on passives, unlike in Diablo 2, only works on active skills, and that also includes the ones that you do not have points in. So guys, if you can take a look here, I mean, as you can see, let's go to my core skills. I have 7 points in my Hammer of Ancients, right? And I actually have 0 because item contribution 7. So I have +4 core skills, somewhere else, right? That would be the Shaco, right? But as you can see, the passive skills did not get added points. But this does not allow you to cheat and grab the upgrades, right? If you want the upgrades, you have to put that basic point in. As you can see, I wanted Furious Whirlwind, and I had to invest 1 point in Whirlwind so I can go all the way up to, Furious Whirlwind, right? And I do get the other +4 skills from Shaco, right? Harlequin Quest gives you +4 skills. As I said, passives are not included, ultimates are not included. That is one of the things that will be changing with the expansion. Ultimates will be able to be played, you will be able to place more than 1 point in the ultimates, because right now for the ultimates you just have, you have it or you don't have it, right? The maximum amount of skill points you can invest into it is 1, right? Let me just show you. I'm using Ancients now. As you can see, single point, right? But with the expansion, this would be 5 out of 1, right? Because, as I said, it will be allowed to have additional skill points in it. And then I could also put 4 more ranks into it, and I could get into rank 9. So yeah, there are tags, and as I said, you can see the tags here. I know this is not rocket science, but sometimes it is confusing. So defensive skills, brawling skills, weapon mastery skills, and ultimate skills, right? So for example, on wizards we have conjuration skills, right? On necromancer we have blood skills. They are different, and you can mouse over if you get confused. So for example, what are shout skills? I mean, if you look at it, it's kind of obvious, but you don't have to look, right? As you can see, it's a defensive shout skill. It's a defensive shout skill, but this one, guys, it's a shout skill, but it's also brawling, right? So for example, if I have an item that says reduces the cooldown of shouts, it will reduce the cooldown of war cry, challenging shout, and rallying cry. But if I say I have an item that says reduce the cooldown of brawling skills, it will only reduce the cooldown of war cry and not the challenging shout and rallying cry, right? So these are the tags, and as I said, the passives are not included, right? Their potency does not get increased. The only way that you can increase your passives is you have to get an item that says it gives a bonus to that skill specifically, right? For example, with concussion, right? As you can see, I have 0 points in concussion, right? But I have +3 as an item contribution. I think it was my boots, yes, and therefore my concussion is being treated as if I have 3 points. Right? So normally the maximum amount of points you can put in a passive, unless it's a key passive, is 3. So if I put the points in it, this would have been on 6. Right? And these are called key passives. You can only select one. They are really strong, and they have some stuff that synergizes with them. It doesn't always have to be good, for example, but on wizard it's nice, right? I mean, there is a called Wizard Mastery, and if you use that, you can use an aspect which we will get into that will increase your damage reduction. I mean, if you are using Wizard Mastery, it gives you additional damage reduction, that sort of thing, right? There is always something that synergizes, but most of the time they are not really very strong. So for example, I'm not using anything that synergizes with Unconstrained. You will always select this. I mean, not all builds get their ultimate skills. As you can see, Barbarian has 3 ultimate skills, and we are using one, and you can only select one ultimate skill. You can't go all of them, but some builds just do not utilize their ultimate skills, and for some builds it's the end of the world, and they use it. A rogue build, for example, uses that, right? There is some sort of synergy with the ultimate, and so that's it with the skill tree and skill tags. Yeah, and guys, I am almost done with the character category of the Diablo 4 videos. Hopefully this series will be enjoyable to some of you that are interested. Of course, the problem is we do not have a large Diablo 4 viewer base, right? We are mostly raid based these days, but hopefully it will draw the attention and be helpful to some people. So guys, if you are playing the game active right now, these will be kind of lost on you. You would already know this stuff, right? But if you are like me, right, and you skip the game at the beginning, you finished the campaign and you got bored, it was too complicated, right? And now you're getting back, it can be a little overwhelming because it's been 1 year, right? It's been 5 seasons, a lot of content was added, so, and a lot of content was also removed. So I'm trying to help understand how the game is now, and I will see you in the remaining 2 videos I have in this category. And that's only this category. I have like 4 or 5 more categories that include several videos each. I will see you. Bye bye.